Welcome to the program Aware and Care, our weekly Ayurveda program, where we talk to Dr. Ambika Nair, who is the co-founder and chief consultant at Santhigram Group of Companies based in New Jersey. Through virtual consultation and by reaching her, they are accessible across the globe. Over the weeks of conversations with her, talking about body, mind, and health, and how to keep our body strong, mind strong, and be physically fit, enjoy every stage of our life, we've come to a point and a question that we often refer to. But today, let's develop a little more on it. In every episode, we've used one particular term called immunity. Let's try to understand what immunity is and how to develop it, strengthen it, make it strong through Ayurveda. But before that, first we need to welcome Dr. Ambika Nair to the show. Welcome to the show, Dr. Nair. How are you?
Thank you. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram, Doctor. Doctor, immunity is one word that we have used many a times, and many
Yes.
of us who do not know the meaning of it also use it very frequently. We are not sure whether it is about preventing a disease, fighting a disease, or resisting a particular disease. Today, let's start with the basics of what immunity is, and then talk about all the aspects from an Ayurvedic perspective, how to build the immunity.
Okay. Because immunity, it is a very wide subject.
Mhm.
And not only that, because it depends upon individuals. Okay. Because what I may have immunity for certain diseases, you may not have it.
Mhm.
So it all depends upon your constitution.
Okay.
Okay. So,
But globally, does immunity have a proper definition, or it is basically
no, the
individually
resistance,
defined?
the resistance,
Okay.
the resistance to not to get the diseases.
Mhm.
Simple word, actually.
Okay.
Because otherwise it has to be like you have to take the definition of like
Yeah.
WH and everything. No need for that, because
Mhm.
if you are see like a very dusty storm, you happen to
Mhm.
go over there, but
Mhm.
you are not falling sick, so your
Mhm.
resistance is very high.
Mhm.
So we will tell that your pitta is very high,
Okay.
so your immunity is very high.
Okay.
Okay, now because of the winter, you know that so many people will get like even COVID. Some people does not show the symptoms, but still they will have a sore throat, everything like that.
Mhm.
But few people are working like doctors and nurses, the frontline workers. They
Mhm.
don't fall sick. They are not taking anything also.
So that's a beautiful example that you've given. When we often talk about it at home, that how come the nurses and the doctors who are day in and day out dealing with sick people able to handle the conditions, and then we say their immunity is strong. So what is it different that they are doing that we are not doing, or how come only the specialized skills people get their immunity strong compared to the common man?
No, they are actually common man is also having very good immunity, but like among the health workers also, so many have fallen sick. They
Mm-hmm.
have succumbed to death also, but like few have succumbed to that also. But the immunity, what they gained, because that is resisting from all the diseases. That's why
Okay.
they are able to do their give their services like that. See, if you are pitta in Ayurveda, we call it as pitta. Pitta means fire.
Uh-huh.
You see that some people, like even in the fair complexion, some people look so beautiful. You will tell, look at the skin, how lovely they look.
Mm-hmm.
What a color she got. What a
Mm-hmm.
color he got, like it's not like whether black or white, I'm telling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with the complexion.
Okay.
So this all because when the digestion is good, because it all, like pitta resides in your middle, in
Mm-hmm.
the middle part of the body. So that is, for the digestion, assimilation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever you eat, it has to digest and assimilate. So
Mm-hmm.
it to go to the deeper cells also. So that is
Okay.
one of the things, that we will always tell his pitta is very high. Some people overeat a lot. They
Mm-hmm.
don't have any issue because their pitta is very high. They
Okay.
don't have any skin problems. Their
Absolutely.
vigor and vitality is very good.
Uh-huh.
Like their sleep is good. So
Mm-hmm.
this all like if the pitta is balanced, you can see their eyesight will be very good. Look at so bright eyes
Mm-hmm.
because it is pitta.
It's the okay.
Skin is that.
Mm-hmm.
Like your lovely hair that is related with the pitta and the kapha. But like I'm telling, so this is all like a related
Basics to understand. Yeah. Okay.
basics. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
like a pitta is always the major. Like a part. If your agni is good,
Mm-hmm.
your 80% of the problems will be solved.
Wow. Okay.
Like skin, like psoriasis, everything, all these diseases are actually from, blood related. Actually, pitta means then it will be like a blood related, whatever, assimilation through the, the body. So it
Mhm.
will come like that only. So if the pitta is not balanced, you get so many skin diseases,
Mhm.
joints pains, like
So,
even
doctor, when you
after.
say balanced, I know we've referred to this many a times, but just for new viewers,
Yeah.
does it have to be high or it has to be low to get these problems? I mean, these problems
No,
come because when the pitta is high or when it's low.
no, pitta has to be balanced.
Balance. Okay.
Yeah, if it is low, your digestion will be very poor. You will
Mhm.
move towards kapha.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is also not good. So
Okay.
it has to be, that's why, where Panchakarma plays a big part. When the patient comes to us, we will see that it's through the pulse reading, we will see that whether which pitta is low,
Mhm.
where, which part is affected. That
Mhm.
is a, very big subject. So, we have to see that why are they like this? That is the real pulse reading.
Okay.
Then we go accordingly.
Sure. Okay. So, doctor, now let's also understand another basic part of it. We use this conversation that, oh, his or her immunity is very strong. So, when you say that, is somebody born with a good immunity or somebody develops a good immunity? Which
You
aspect of
are
it is actually?
This is your genetics. Your genes are, you are born with a good immunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some people, even though you are born with a good immunity, but if they don't take care of themselves, their
Mm-hmm.
immunity will go down.
Mm-hmm.
If they eat all opposite the foods, virutahara,
Mm-hmm.
like if they don't take care of their sleep, if they
Right.
don't take care of their skin, their other eating habits, everything.
Okay. Now, are there any specific diseases or health conditions that are directly connected to the immunity? Entire body definitely is based on the immunity, but there are certain health conditions which are directly related to the immunity. We often hear about frequent colds. Just like that, are there any other examples that you would want to explain to us?
Like the skin diseases,
Mostly skin disease.
especially, mostly.
Hmm.
And, like Riktavada, all these things are related with the Pitta.
Hmm. So these are mostly immunity related disease.
Acid reflux,
Okay.
even Crohn's, all the
Hmm.
digestive diseases. This is related with the Pitta only.
And
So if the
then,
Pitta imbalance, you will have all these issues actually. If the high Pitta means, if the imbalance is there, means that you can see that how heartburn is there, hyperacidity is there, nausea, diarrhea. Some people will have so much of diarrhea. Then, like body, the sweat, that smelly sweat will be there. So there are so many, yeah, like that.
that is also there.
Yeah.
So, if I'm trying to understand this in the right way, I do understand from this conversation that when you talk about immunity, it's more to do with the digestive system, what you absorb, how you absorb the food, and then it gives all the nutrients to the body, and then other functioning of the body is happening. Now,
Yes.
is there a misconception about immunity and respiratory system also?
See, if because the lung can also get affected if the mucus is more.
Mm-hmm.
So the kapha is also more, means then only all this, like if the kapha is the culprit for all, because it will all
Mm-hmm.
get accumulated over there.
Mm-hmm.
So all the three doshas, like because not only pitta, but pitta is more in this because the immunity concerned, pitta is more powerful in here.
Mm-hmm.
But lung diseases, all those things, mostly with the kapha and pitta also, but more with the kapha.
Mm-hmm.
That's why especially sinus, but every pitta will have little kapha also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you are not balanced, like headaches are there,
Uh-huh.
like then, like whether we will see whether it is pitta originated or kapha originated.
Mm-hmm.
So this all we will be diagnosing through the pulse only.
So, friends, today we are talking about immunity boosters through Ayurvedic perspective. First, we've understood what immunity is and where exactly it originates from. Some people are born with a good immunity. Some can develop towards, building a strong immunity. Now, doctor, there's also a possibility in your example, just that, you're born with a good immunity and slowly it slides down because of your lifestyles and other things that you're exposed to over the time in life. But there is also a possibility that somebody, let's take an example that some child or a young child is always getting frequent colds. always, eosinophilia or cold or, cough or something. But suddenly over the time, you notice that the frequency of the colds have come down, or the frequency of, stomach upset has come down, or ear infection has come down without any medications. Also, it does happen at times. And they say with age, it will be fine. Many times we hear that. Now, how is that connected to immunity? Is it a true thing or is it just a myth?
If it's not the myth actually, because actually, if the parents are wise enough, they will always find the, like alternative methods.
Mm-hmm.
Why my child is falling sick during the, feeding, which food is causing him allergy, whether any cold food he was consuming, whether the milk was cold, whether it was going to the milk was flowing to the ear, so that the ear infection is there, whether, like any other, the food particle was causing any throat inflammation. When sometimes if the child is kept near the vent means, that if the air is flowing there means naturally he will be prone for very, like a cold and cough very fast. And not only that, like whether the mother's immunity also plays a lot, mother and father. So if the mother had any other, like diseases, even hypothyroidism, so this all play a lot here. So then, like they will see that whether the child should be given warm milk, whether milk should be given. That's a, here actually people have become more aware now. So they don't give sometimes, except cow milk. If they get cow milk, they will give. Otherwise, the other milk they don't give. So they will tell that my child is allergic to all those things. And even from the childhood, so many children are given gluten-free.
Friends, I know you must be very anxious to know that, let's get to the remedies and what are the methods of making the immunity very, very strong. But always before the solution, we need to understand the problem. And that's the reason we go in the depth of the conversation to understand various aspects, because no two bodies are the same and no two case studies are the same. So, Doctor, on another aspect of immunity that I would like to check with you one more time is, does a person's immunity change with the season? Do you often see that somebody's immunity is, or over globally, you see that winter is a bad month for immunity, or summer is great, or spring is good? So what is the month for immunity boosting?
No, every month is good actually. If you really care properly. See, because summer means, in the US means we all will run around. We will be exposed to sun a lot. So too much excess of heat also, because the body gets heated a lot. So that is excess pitta. Then you can tell that, people will come and tell, I had a lot of itching in the body. Okay, I vomited. Digestion was very poor. I don't feel like eating. So this is all excess pitta. Okay. Then they get exhausted.
So, Doctor, we're just talking about seasons and age groups and what kind of conditions we're talking about immunity. Immunity changes with age, time, and other factors. Do you also notice in your experience that a patient or a person with multiple symptoms comes and it is only related to immunity, and once the immunity becomes strong, all these problems vanish?
Like we get a lot of autoimmune diseases also.
Autoimmune, that was the word.
Okay, autoimmune diseases actually. Like because they will be taking all these suppressants and everything, they come to us, and even so in that that we have to be very precise in prescribing the medication also, and even the diet.
Okay.
So like you asked about the immunity in winter. Winter means if you see if a person is coming from South India, especially in the winter condition. So if that person is exposed to the very cold, like snow is there, they will be very happy to see the snow. They will be playing over there. Some days they can fall sick.
Okay.
80%, because too much exposure to the cold. Okay, so then then they can get an ear infection, throat infection, sometimes chest infection. Even it can become like pneumonia also. But you have to have like a moderate, like how to approach the weather, how to take care of your health. That is more important.
That's important. So, like, Doctor, let's now also come to the favorite part of the show, where everybody's excited to know about home remedies and other things that can boost immunity. But before we get to that, we definitely have to cover one more aspect when it comes to immunity. We all talk about vitamin C, we talk about vitamins, and some people are very paranoid and they take multivitamins in multiple forms. So over the counter also a lot of vitamins. They say that these boost the immunity. Your take on that?
Vitamin C is very good because we people are very low in vitamin D because of the lack of sunlight. So vitamin D is required. All the vitamins in the moderate way we should have. But vitamin C is more important. That you get from the citrus fruits a lot.
Yes,
A
we come
little
to
bit
the
of
natural
like a
remedies.
lemon, little bit of how to boost your immunity. What you should take. Morning, a little coriander. We all have in the kitchen. 1 teaspoon of coriander, half teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds, little bit of cinnamon. Okay, one cardamom.
Okay.
1 piece. Just crush it. Make a water. And you can add little bit of ginger, not so much of ginger. Little bit is more than sufficient. Okay, boil the water. And when you drink, you can put a few drops of lemon. So you got everything. So your Agni Deepanam will be there.
Wow.
So your digestion will be very good. It's a good carminative also. That your digestion will improve, your assimilation will improve. You can eat anything. Okay, so no acidity, no gas accumulation will be there. It's a very good actually preparation.
Doctor, most of us, I mean, like, why should I blame my viewers? But maybe I'm a little lazy. So can I make a powder of it and keep it sealed for a few days, or you have to make it fresh every day?
No. If you are using the powder also, you can make all these powder because see here, I cannot tell that you make every day, but you can put a little bit in the warm water and drink.
Okay, so the powders are possible.
That is very good actually. Yeah.
So friends, the remedy here which doctor mentioned, that of course you can make it in basic portions and quantity and keep it, because we all know what is good storage point for any powders out there before they go rancid. And can we add also a little bit of honey in it for flavor?
No need.
No need? Okay.
No. Actually, to boost the immunity, what you can take, that you can take little half teaspoon of turmeric with a half teaspoon of honey.
Okay.
Add little bit of lukewarm water and drink in the morning. You can put a little bit of pinch of black pepper.
Okay.
So this all boosts the immunity actually. Not only immunity, it is very good for the body.
Okay.
For the pitta. But don't overdo the things. Actually, what people will do, I tell them to take ginger water means so much of ginger they will boil, it will aggravate the pitta. Okay, that should
so maybe
not
we
happen.
can
Because
do it on alternate days also.
No, this water is very good actually because you are only using very little.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
No, even everything is, because if you take the correct quantity, it is good actually. Otherwise, it will aggravate. And not only, because if your digestion is not good, you should not take, tomatoes and brinjal, all those things you should not take.
Oh, okay.
Like nightshades, because sometimes, digestion will not be because your pitta is not good. Then, if some people will have vomiting also.
Oh, okay.
Okay, dyspepsia. They don't feel like eating. That sore taste in the mouth. Yeah.
So, doctor, this powder that you mentioned right now, that first of all also cleanses your stomach and keeps it cool.
It cleanses.
That relaxes.
And you can take Triphala powder also.
I was just. What about ashwagandha? We hear so much about it.
Ashwagandha is very good. Withania somnifera. That is very good for the mind and body. That is for the strength, mental and physical strength. But you see, Madhavi, everything in proper quantity is good. Like you can, if it is powder means 1 teaspoon or half teaspoon, you can take morning and evening ashwagandha. But Triphala powder, it is very good. See, first of all, if our pitta is low means we will be very like a depression, fear, something will happen. Oh, this corona, because so many people will. I never go out of my house because of corona. You can go out, there is nothing. But only thing, if you are afraid like this, any disease can catch you.
Fear factor plays a big role in
fear
lowering the
psychosis
immunity.
it is actually. Okay, so not only the immunity, it affects the mind also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you have to be very strong.
Dr. Nair, in over the shows that we've spoken about, you mentioned a couple of home remedies and some powders like, Triphala and Ashwagandha. Our viewers also wanted to know, how do you know that this is one of the purest form of this product, especially these powders which they cannot recognize like turmeric or cumin? So they have to find products like that. Do they have to come to Shantigram, or is there any technique to know?
Don't ask such questions, because people will think that I am advertising through this. Okay. Okay. So, but every product is FDA certified. We don't have any issues. Okay. So that you can trust and come. But you go for organic.
Okay.
Otherwise, watch whatever you buy.
That's a certification is a must, friend. So what? Yeah, we go to a regular grocery store, and many a times the price definitely plays a very important role in our purchases. But when it comes to health, you can't compromise. A dollar here and there will definitely help to see that you get the products right. And for any time, you can always consult Dr. Ambika Nair at Shantigram Group of Companies, and she will also give you more personal advice as to how to know which product is actually good for you first of all, and then get the right product also.
People will telephone and ask me which product is good.
See, all information starts with the first question, Dr. Nair. That's the way I feel, because until unless we ask a question, we do not know what the answer is. And many times we are very shy to think that, this question could be wrong, or what will somebody think about me? I'm so ignorant. I am ignorant, and that's the reason we want to ask all these questions to, find. There are so many products.
You can ask me anything.
Yeah, so many products in the market. We do not know which is actually in its purest form, including turmeric. We all use turmeric from all our life, but they do not know how to differentiate between pure turmeric and something which is.
Madhavi, I'll tell you, because actually where it is grown, that is more important.
Oh, okay.
Okay, not that, because we can write, turmeric very organic, but where it is from the time of procuring, where it is made, where it is grown, that is more important actually, because our products are till now doing very good.
Okay, awesome. Friends, that is a very important tip and one of the best information, I think, in all my shows today with Dr. Ambika Nair, that first of all, when you buy a product, you should see the origin of the product, where it is made and where it is actually, packaged and where it is coming from. It's not the distribution center that is important. It is the origin of the product that is important. And today we are talking about immunity. What better information than this to know that where it originates from. So, Dr. Nair, we are talking about immunity boosters right now, and you gave us a couple of home remedies also. Any exercises that help us?
Yeah, exercises, they can do yoga.
Yoga is always the safest remedy.
Yoga is very good. They can have Chavanaprash. Chavanaprash should be Chavanaprash, not Gudu Prakash. Okay. Because actually it should be, like a proper Chavanaprash should be taken. So that is an immunity booster. Very nice. But again, if your digestion is good only, because I happen to tell like that, don't go and buy all those things. Actually.
Absolutely, that is a very
and
important
Gudicha, Gudichi is very good. That will boost your digestion. Because your bowel movement has to be proper. You should look at your tongue, whether it is white, whether any bloated abdomen is there, whether you feel dizzy. All these things are like a pitta dosha. So if you know that, because how you go, how you do your work, daily routine, whether you get tired, any fatigue is there, mentally, physically, whether you are strong. So that shows that how you are doing. Okay, whether you are afraid of people. Why you have to be afraid? Because then, your confidence is coming down. So this is all like a pitta. Pitta plays a big role in our life.
Big role about it.
Big role for everything.
And friends, once again, like Dr. Nair just mentioned about the disclaimer, most of these home remedies are general, but to know and on individualist level, you need to know your body composition, and Ayurveda definitely talks only about that. Vata, Pitta, Kapha, the different formations are there, and accordingly, the home remedies also work in its best form. So, Dr. Nair, today, as we were talking about immunity, any other thoughts that come to your mind which you feel that there is a lot of misconception about immunity? People confuse immunity with strength. So maybe taking products which have more ghee or pure ghee. If you have more strength, your immunity is right or wrong.
We will always, if the pitta imbalance, what we do here, like we give ghee preparations for them, so that they will have a good purgation. Okay. So, like how to balance the pitta. That is more important actually. Cooked food will be given, and like cooling things we will be giving them. Sweet will be given to them. And even bitter taste, but it will be a mix.
Okay.
So like a Mahatiktaka Grudam
Mm-hmm.
and Manasamitram, these all these things we give them actually, so that they are mentally they will be much better, and so that internally also they will become better. So we actually it affects the sleep a lot if they are not, because if your tummy is not okay, gargling sound is there, like then like your digestion is not okay, then you will be so much disturbed mentally and physically. You cannot go anywhere, and you're always afraid. Some people will get loose motions.
Wow, yeah, that is
So,
right.
like,
Absolutely.
yeah, so, like, because any abdominal discomfort, that is not good. So you have to
All
be
these
very,
symptoms of immunity.
very, very interesting actually, Pitta. There are, so we can do 2-3 more, like
Yeah, absolutely.
other
So, Doctor, before
episodes.
we wind up, I just wanted to touch base on one more very important aspect. When a patient comes to Santhigram and approaches you about all the aspects about immunity and trying to boost their immunity, is it only always through medications, or is also Panchakarma or other kind of remedies which
No,
take place?
if they are not balanced, we will tell them to do the Panchakarma. So that's the easy way to do it actually. Okay, sometimes maybe 1 week. Some people need only 1 week.
Oh, that's it.
Some
Okay.
people, like because they will need, see if their associated diseases are there, then we take care like maybe 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there are people who have even done even 4 weeks also, because their cases are very different actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they all are doing very well, I should say. Then like because they like when the pitta goes haywire, mental disease also comes in that pitta vata. So like it is a connection. So we differentiate which dosha is predominantly now in their body.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take care of them.
Doctor, there's one more question which has been constantly asked on our chats is, we talk about Panchakarma. How often should somebody get this done? Yearly once or once in 2 years?
It all depends upon again on the body. But
Uh-huh.
if you want to have a very long life without ailments, you can come yearly at least for 1 week.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, so that will take care a lot.
Awesome.
Not only that, sometimes you don't need Panchakarma. So like you can do the self-detoxification with the help of a doctor.
Okay.
Okay, so what you can do at home also, like if we will tell them to do the Abhyangam with the Chandanari oil, even Pinda oil, so that Pitta will calm down a lot. After the therapies also, we give them oil so that they can manage at home.
Thank you so much, Doctor. There was just a lot of insightful information there regarding immunity. And there's so many myths which we have today debunked and tried to understand. And once again, friends, this is a program solely based on Ayurvedic perspective. Do not generalize any information that has been given here. Please consult the doctor. And of course, virtual consultation and in-office consultation is also available, provided you have your COVID test. And if you're taking the vaccine, of course, the office will let you know what are the other formalities that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Dr. Nair, anything that we want to cover more?
Or you can take amla, like amla is good, but one only. Okay, don't overuse. But if you take Chyawanprash, then you don't need all those things actually. Okay, 1 teaspoon morning and 1 teaspoon in the evening. And see that your always watch your digestion. Whether your digestion is perfect, then nothing to worry. No burning sensation.
And I think I can definitely take the liberty of adding, Chyawanprash is not just the Chyawanprash that you see in the market, and Ayurvedic Chyawanprash is completely different. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nair. It is always a delight to meet you, talk to you, and understand so many things about this wonderful body that we have been presented with and how we need to take care of it. Sometimes I feel I need to relive my life, but I feel with all the inputs that you give, this is definitely a rebirth here for me and for many of the viewers. Thank you so much. I look forward to the next episode with you.
Thank you so much.